Okay, so here goes nothing. I have been battling a cold for the past 3 or 4 days, so if I seem to cough a lot in this video, you know why. I'll try not to. But here goes nothing. So recently I've been inspired by one of my great friends, my best friend and sidekick. She's inspired me to basically come out of my shell and try something that I've never done before. I've watched one of her videos and she did free verse poetry. We both like to write a lot, so I figured I'd jump out of my comfort zone and I'd give it a shot. I don't know how well it's going to go, but here goes nothing. I grab this pen and this paper and I write. I write to tell you a story of me and who I am. These lines tell you of past and present, of how I feel inside and out. There's there's more than meets the eye. For see, I can't do free verse. Um, I'm more of a like put your pen to your paper and logically think it out and plan it, and I have to think before I write, and it has to be perfect. And all my poetry is in a book, and like I have to. If it's not neat and perfect, I'll rip it up and tear it up and write it again. I'll write it like a million times until I get it perfect. But anyway, so I figured instead of, well, I tried free verse, which didn't work too well. I'll give it another shot. What's the harm in trying again? But I don't think free verse is for me. But I stand tall, I stand proud. I am more than a human. I am more than a human. You can't knock me down, for my bones are not brittle. These walls, these walls keep me from coming out. Um, I can't do. I I want to apologize because I can't do. I don't know, but so instead of doing free verse, I really want to start. I want to make a not a Photoshop, a PowerPoint presentation of all my poetry. But I have like over 60 some poems, almost 100, probably more. So it would probably take like freaking almost 2 months to a month to do. But so I figured I'll get my sidekick, my best friend, to help me to work on my poetry because hers is. Let me tell you, her poetry. I don't know if she wants me to read anything from her, but I will read a poem that I wrote, and then I will go and find a poem that she wrote, and we can compare in comparison as to who's better because she's a little bit better than me, but she's been doing it probably not that she's been doing it longer because she's 3 years older than me, but I think she said she went to school, so I'm gonna read one of mine, and then I'm gonna read one of hers, and we can do a comparison. We'll have to see. Okay. I bleed beauty and pain, blood and tears. I'm not human anymore. The pain I feel is real. Scars untouched, wounds that cannot heal, broken bones and broken hearts. I've walked barefoot beneath the grass, nails piercing through my body, blood dripping like tiny little raindrops. See, she says that when I write, I'm all over the page. I'm not like telling the story like I tried to do earlier when I did my free verse. So I'm gonna go find one of hers. She I don't know. She's really good. So I'm gonna find a good one. This okay. Here we go. The story continues. The circles remain. You keep saying I'm done now, but every path that you choose turns out the same. The drama ensues. Your tears fall like rain. You're hurting so bad now. You have a broken heart again. And no matter how many times or how far away, I'm always right there to save the day. While you move on happily with another, all I am left with is the pain, checking the time, sitting around waiting. Did you ever stop to think about what you're doing to me? Heroes get scars too. No one escapes the flames. But anyway, so hopefully one day I'll be as good as her. I'll be able to free verse like she did in her one video, and in one of her other videos, she actually recorded uh, her reciting one of her poems. But her free verse video was called "No Pad, No Pen, No Paper." So, free verse: no pad, no pen, no paper, just me and my mind, just my thoughts running through my head. Words flow from within as I babble on like an idiot. Nothing comes out, nothing comes out. Free versing is hard when you're a sucker like me. See, I make things corny and I don't know. But anyway, figured I, don't, I ramble on a lot. I like to talk a lot, so we have a lot in common. Me and my sidekick. We like to do poetry. Um, we exercise every day and whatnot. So maybe I'll start writing some more again. I haven't written in, let's see, a month probably. But she writes every day. I used to write almost every day, a poem a day. I started back, well, when I started writing, I started back in high school. My first poem that I ever wrote was during standardized testing. If any of you go to private school, you'll know what standardized testing is. I don't know if they do it in public school, but that was my first ever. I had to do it in elementary school for sixth, seventh, and eighth grade for Miss Habit, my English teacher. We had to write poetry, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. The first time I ever wrote that I really loved it and felt wonderful was high school, standardized testing, ninth grade. My all-time favorite thing to do is go to a graveyard and just sit there and write, and because it just clears your mind and it's peaceful, and writing just makes me feel better. Some things I can't write happy things. I try. Most of my stuff is sad. Most of the stuff I write based on how other people feel. I write poems depicting on their life story, or I'll write how I feel, like if I'm feeling in a bad mood or whatever. But most of my stuff talks about other people's lives and what they're going through. Sometimes I've tried to write happy. It doesn't work. It's I don't know, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. So I hope you guys like my video. I want to give a shout out to my sidekick for inspiring me to just be a better person and try new things. Thank you.